For Reaper Metal Productions, this is HELLCAST. And this wouldn't be HELLCAST without J Dawg.
Not here sometimes.
He's not here sometimes, but we're working on that.
It's here most times.
Most times. And this show, like every show, is sponsored by the Dick Candle Blowers at Hell's Headbangers.
That's why we got the tape still on here, because it's sponsored by them broke-ass, cheap-ass bastards.
Broke-ass, cheap-ass bastards. But if you go to ReaperMetalProductions.com, you can get one of those dick candles, and then you can have Justin blow it. So
Justin will sign it. He doesn't blow anything.
No, it doesn't. Alrighty. The first thing we wanted to kick off here then is, you go on Metal Archives, Metal Encyclopedia, if you haven't heard of it, and there's a lot you could be really stumbling across with the metal or the encyclopedia that it fucking is for metal bands. So I wanted to take and utilize one of those features that I haven't noticed existed before, and that's just the random band, and see what comes up, see if it's something that even we've heard of or whatever the hell.
I gotta say, man, if one of the 14-year-olds are watching, or would I say 12-year-olds, if they never heard of Metal Archives, you're behind on the game, brah. You got to catch up because you got to know Metal Archives.
It's of your time.
Well, no, not only that, it's just a very, very good tool.
Very good
because
tool.
Some people don't know. Most people know what it is, but there's sometimes you'll find out, like, I don't know what that is. Like, you need to know.
Did you know that it has a random band feature?
You told me about it, and I did not know. Well, because honestly, I use it as a tool. I always search, like if I hear a band, if anyone says check out this band and I don't have a physical thing, that's where I go. I literally type it in on Metal Archives because I want to see, okay, what year were they formed? How many releases they have? Where are they from? Now I got a generalized idea what I'm looking at. What kind of music is it?
Yeah.
Because it says all that info. And what members of other bands. I'll tell you everything. So before you even check it out, you already got a generalized idea what's there. So very, very good resource.
Exactly. And we're going to exploit that generalized idea by putting an opinion without hearing whatever random band that comes up and deciding whether or not it sucks or not. And we could be very well wrong.
I wonder how they got it on random, like how it decides who they're going to choose from the... I mean, there's got to be a million bands on there, right?
Right. So let's see. What do we got there first off, producer? Holy shit, I can't see that word.
Skullbutt?
We got Scorebutt. I could tell you definitely from the band photo, it looks like a bunch of kids
German.
in there. Kids in their room.
They got one release, it looks like. Demo. What year does that say?
Cool.
Why'd it go back?
Because the producer, the producer was falling, so we fall into this one.
Looks like black metal.
Yeah, it says it's melodic death metal.
This is like melodic death metal, huh?
Yeah, Fall's got 2 albums.
They're
full lengths. Are they from Texas? Oh, wow. I mean, I don't know. That one looks a little more put together.
Looks a little more promising.
Yeah.
Logo by Christoph, who did Emperor's logo.
Yeah.
Cool.
They did the Emperor logo. It's promising.
I have a feeling it's more black metal.
We never know. Lobotomia.
Never heard of them.
I've never heard of them either. Where are they from? Brazil, huh?
Cogumelo Records, who I know that guy.
Cogumelo did that? Wow.
What year's the first full length, does it say?
It's 1996.
80. Oh, they're that
86. Bunch of posers over here.
Bunch of posers over here.
Hey, at least we're utilizing what the 14-year-olds wouldn't otherwise use, or what they should fucking utilize.
But you know what? Like, I didn't know for the longest time, other than like obviously the like Sarcophago and like Holocausto, like Cogumelo had other bands, and now because because Gray Hayes reissues all their stuff, and we supply it all, like we're the distributor. He's got put out shit. I'm like, dude, Lobotomy, maybe he did them, maybe they're an XS roster. I was like, I've never in my life heard of this shit. And you flip it over, it's like 88. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So never heard of this at all. Like.
Yeah,
not the foggiest.
Cogumelo definitely, because
I didn't realize they had all those releases. I literally thought it was Sarcophago, Holocausto, and maybe like Expulsor or something. No, that was about it.
You do realize some 50-year-old internet troll is going to be very pissed off with you and comment right now. Like, how did you fucking, this sex trash? And
no, I knew about those bands. I knew those. No, I knew those. I didn't know these obscure bands. Like he has like Handful of Hate or something, like.
Oh, really?
Like shit, dude. I'm telling you, shit. I've never fucking. Lobotomia. I didn't know them, but I mean, no. It's actually funny because I was going through our stuff and I had to, recycle some stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, through Hells, and I actually saw some that were on Gray Hayes, and I saw like slash Cogumelo, and I'm like, what? This is very recent, like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never even heard of this.
Yeah, like I never knew what the Mist was.
No, I
until
didn't.
that
I
reissue.
did. Well, we got those LPs like 3 years ago, whatever. The Mist. I knew. So I known about it for like 3 years. But when that first came in, I had no idea who they were.
Yeah.
No idea. But that was like, I think that album was 1990.
Yeah.
It was either late 80s or very, very early 90s. But yeah, I had no idea. The album's Phantasmagoria or something like that.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, I knew nothing about him. So that's funny as hell that pops up just like that, because I wonder how many bands that label truly had.
I don't know. But is there any other random gems that we have that are going to turn up here?
So Lobotomia actually has potential. 86, Brazil. Like,
Yeah.
it probably sounds like Volcano or something.
Dude, the Cogumelo list
Cog
is pretty
is
big.
cranking.
Yeah, the Cog was cranking at the back in the day.
Oh, man.
You know,
85.
I forget who it was.
Yeah, was his first release like Volcano? Like, did he put out Bloody? He put out Bloody Vengeance, right? Like the original Bloody Vengeance, was that? Cogumelo?
That was his first release?
No. He might not even put it out, but I'm just saying. Obviously, that's a very early Brazilian death metal album. He didn't do that one then. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the original label. What did
Metal
that?
Archives. It really has the info. See, there you go. Somebody was saying that Metal Archives was full of shit, largely. So I don't know.
No, they have full of shit airs. I don't think they're fully full of shit.
All right. Well, let's see what.
Sludge phenomenon.
Yeah, that does not look like a
don't.
phenomenon at all. Like the band photo suggests 2000s. Just
You know, when
badness.
you get to the geezer level, which I hear that's what I'm at now, which is kind of weird. I never thought of a 35-year-old man as a fucking geezer, but that's what I was told that we are now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Somebody said, "Yeah, well, we're the geezers now. You know that, man, right?"
Yeah.
I'll leave names aside. I was like, "Oh, all right, 35-year-old and goddamn geezer, huh?" But anyways, when you get in that geezer level, and you've been listening so long, I do judge a book by its cover.
And we're gonna be doing
Because there's so
later.
much. There's so much. You have to. You got to cut out. It's got to look good.
Because sludge phenomenon. Come on, dude. It says it's death thrash. You can't be called sludge phenomenon and be a death thrash band, and then have a.
It looks like
that.
you know what the whole image looks like to me? Like just me seeing that. If I saw no description, like if somebody says, like, I'm at Panini's, you got the douche, and he thinks he's listening to metal, he's like, dude, check out Sludge Phenomenon, and he hands me a disc. I'm like, this looks like somebody like that listens like Crowbar.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
that looks like to me.
Yeah.
Not saying it sounds like it, I'm just saying that's what that looks like.
Right, exactly.
I'm not a Crowbar.
No,
fan,
I would be
bro.
handing it back.
Yes,
preferably.
I'm not a Crowbar fan. Like, no, bro,
No,
it's
it's-
fucking sick shit.
It's sick shit, and then he would be like, "It's because it sounds like Slayer." And then exactly, just go back to your
Slayer,
Crowbar.
God Hates Us
No,
All.
No, it's not Crowbar. What are you bringing up Crowbar for? Just because I'm not a fan, and you look like it, and you just said fucking Slayer when you're a death thrash band. You could have said something better. You know, it could have been Rotting Corpse.
I would have taken the Mist. That would have been better.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, fuck it.
or Sepultura, distinctively early Sepultura.
Dude, I can't stand it. I've gotten it twice.
Yes.
When I'm out and about, and they're like, oh, yeah, Sepultura, man. Not the Sepultura you're thinking, brah.
Oh, there's a different band? Pretty much.
Pretty may as well be. Very much.
There's four.
Because he's thinking the Sepultura / Soulfly. That's what he's thinking.
How many different variations? If Sepultura were to be mistaken by a douche, by the way, to have different bands because they like how
me
many
being
were
oh
there?
so generous, and this is me
Nope,
being
don't-
generous.
don't be generous.
I'll be generous. I'll be a
Okay.
nice guy today. that Sepultura is 3 different bands.
That's nice.
Three. Oh yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Morbid Vision, Special
Yeah.
Devastation,
For sure, for
that's
sure.
like one band.
'Cause that's totally different
And then
band.
Arise.
Yeah.
That's like a second band. Beneath the Remains. That's the second band,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
good. Thrash metal.
More sound days.
Yeah, but good. But good solid thrash metal. It's kind of like it's thrash. And then there's the third band, KSID, Roots,
Yeah.
Body Roots.
Yeah.
And hell, there might be a fourth band because from what I understand, they got really. And I heard Roots again. Somebody put it on the shop. Why I was even in the shop, I don't know why, but it was as a joke. Calm down, people. And it was a big joke. I was like, dude, I haven't heard that in like 15 years. I was like, and when they got put on, I was like, this is worse than I remember. I was like,
Yeah.
this is like Homeboy is all hell. Like I was waiting for the Slipknot squeaky records.
No, instead they just do
The tribal shit.
non-squeaky
Not
tribal
squeaky
stuff.
tribal shit. But it was really Homeboy. But the reason why I said there might be a fourth band, from what I understand, I could be wrong on this. I think like they're like 2000s albums that I've never heard in my life. And I have no interest into either. I think they're more Homeboy than that. And the reason I say that is because Soulfly is that's pretty Limp Bizkit, brah.
Dude, he's in there. The guy from Limp Bizkit's on one of the tracks.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
well, there
yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Bring it on. Even
Is he rolling?
No, but he warms his welcome with "Bring It On." It's
Oh,
like
well,
the song.
there you go.
I think it was like called "Believe."
Dude, I'm telling you, I heard something by Soulfly 2.
it's by it.
Oh my god, dude, it's like just pure rapping.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's like really bad. But that's what the Panini's douche.
Oh, yeah.
When he's thinking Sepultura, he's thinking his heavy side is Roots. Then he's thinking he's ghettoing it up, and he likes the 2000 shit with Soulfly. He knows maybe two versions and the two bad ones. That's why we said Sepultura. I'm like, not the Sepultura you're thinking.
No, and it's not the phenomena I'm thinking when sludge is to.
Here's what kills me too when you try to correct the Panini's douche because you're just trying to.
Oh, you can't. When
you tell him, well, I just the old show. Right, bro. Right. He's thinking Chaos AD and
like,
Roots. That's what he's thinking.
Wrong.
That was already later.
Oh my God, Von Tesla. See, here's the thing. Yeah, when you
no logo and no photo means no fucking band, in my opinion.
J Dawg is peeking like a motherfucker on that. Yeah, dude, no logo, like that. You're out.
I'm peeking because I saw no logo and I got pissed. Why would that even come up?
Noticed.
Why would that come up on shuffle? You would think like Nunslaughter or something with 30 releases would come up with. Well,
it's random. They want to bring.
Yeah, but you think you bring something random that actually has a photo? At least it's got a photo. Here we go.
This just looks awful.
Back to Rick
dude,
River?
Avant Garde already out.
What is that? Back to Railu?
Exactly. Shit, I can't read. These guys are like maybe they're like huge fans.
Is that a red flag or is this me?
What's that?
Is this me being an ignorant American, or is that just a red flag to you too? If you get a band and you're like, I can't even pronounce it, I'm already disinterested.
A little bit. Well, It depends.
Because the reason I'm like this when I'm talking and I'm talking that Panini's douche and assuming he's not a douche, he says, "What bands you like?" And I got this band I can't even pronounce. Kind of don't. It's like kind of junks up the fucking the catalog.
Yeah, but I got to be fair on that one because like Sepultura would be a great example still. Because
yeah, but even
like,
if you
I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
If it's called Sepultura, Sepultura, it's at least you can pronunciate it in a way that's. Yeah, I'm talking about shit that there's no way you're getting it right.
That's still slightly ignorant because I'm sure there's something I do like that I don't know, but I will definitely say if it's like a what the fuck's the band with the B title?
Arcanum?
Yeah, if it's an Arcanum where it's like this special like Norse symbol and that's the album title, and then I gotta do fucking extensive YouTube or internet work with that where it doesn't recognize that character and then it's just P to be the equivalent, then I'm fucking pissed. Come up with a goddamn title that we can fucking write out. Or if it's, which literally there's a band called ...
Who was that? Was that
Oh, that
was the band. I was thinking the album. Because remember, there's Dark Space 1.
Oh, my God.
1,
yeah.
Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2,
and then
Roman
the demo.
numeral 3, and the demo's negative Roman numeral 1.
Right. And then all the covers are like fucking
They're all black. They're just literally black.
They're all black with like
exactly
Pink Floyd Into the Dark Side of the Moon, like kind of like geometry equations going on where it doesn't make it any easier to decipher which one's which. Yeah, that's fucking annoying. And so that's in English and it's fucking annoying. So yeah, that is so. There you go. That is it for as far as metal archives.
To come up with shuffle.
With their random with the random bands. Sometimes they're gold. Sometimes they're informative. Or hey, maybe they're always wrong because we didn't even hear them. We were just some fucking opinionated assholes. But we'll leave that on to you. So if you find something, they're like, holy shit, Reaper and J Dawg just said that absolutely fucking sucked. They're ignorant fucking idiots. Let us know.
Or if SlugCon was any good, let me know. If it doesn't sound like Crowbar.
Sludge phenomena. If it's truly a phenomena. Let us know.
If it doesn't sound like Crowbar, let me know.
Yeah. Album War. So we got a new Album War because last time it was between King Diamond's Fatal Portrait and Abigail. And do you know what won that Album War?
I'd imagine Abigail.
Yeah. By far. Nobody even fucking considered Fatal Portrait for the most part. So
yeah, that was my consensus, but I know the old timers like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
which you know what? In all honesty, I can understand that if let's say you drove to your local record store and that was you knew Merciful Fate broke up, you heard, oh my God, King Diamond's doing a side project, and you bought it on its release date, and you took it home, rode it home on your little bicycle, and then put it on your record player and like spun it till your ears bled, and then you waited 2 years later. Well, a year and a half, whatever it is, then Abigail came out, then you heard that. I can understand why you like Fatal Portrait more. Yeah. You know, you're so young, impressionable, so fresh. You played it till your ears bled. Then you heard Abigail 2 years later. I would understand why that person would like it more.
Well, I'm going to see if you can understand this. Which one's going to win? And that is the contenders up to the throne is DEICIDE's Legion or DEICIDE.
Well, based on what I've always heard in the past, I would say Legion, but I have to say I highly disagree with that. I think I'm a huge fan of the first 4 albums. Huge fan of the first 4. but I definitely like the. As a matter of fact, so a huge fan of the first 4, and I might get beat up in the parking lot for saying this, but out of the first 4, Legion's actually. Yeah, so many DEICIDE fans out there,
or anybody that can beat you up.
Should be, but there's out of the first 4 that I love, Legion's actually my least favorite. But everyone,
Really, I thought you loved that one. Like,
no, I do.
But I
Plus,
thought you like hail it.
I do. But it's still the least favorite.
All right.
That way the others are getting just like, for example, the Cannibal Corpse, Chris Barnes albums, love them all. Listen to them all every day, all night. Put me to sleep in the gym, in the shower.
I'm calling some bullshit,
You
but
know,
all right.
you know, I brush my teeth to it. You know what I mean? The whole 9 yards. But my least favorite out of the 4 is actually Butchered at Birth.
All right.
And a lot of people find that like almost appalling. But it's like it's just the least memorable as far as a lot of the riffs and stuff like that. I mean, it just is, you can't tell me a song like Inner Decay or Rancid Amputation is as memorable as Fucked with a Knife.
So is that what? So Legion's more unmemorable for you? Or?
No. Legion was just a little bit more. See, what's great about Legion is it is super fucking heavy and intense and really like brutal, and the songs are like really chunky. It's just I didn't think it was. I just didn't enjoy the song straight up as much. It almost like it lacked a little bit of soul as opposed to the first album, and even like for me, Serpents of Light, because Serpents of Light just has so much anger and hate to it, as opposed to, for me, Legion was just more of a brutal album.
Dude, the 50-year-old typewriter tough guy is going to be teaming up on you after this episode. What do you mean, Serpents of the Light?
It's better than Legion. Yeah. They don't, dude, I don't say like I know people that like. They look at you like back in the day, not anymore because everybody's a poser nowadays, and they're like, yeah, I like it now.
I like Incinerate them.
Yeah, 15 years ago. Well, Incinerate's got some good songs, dude. Bible Bash is a great
there was
song.
a guy that said that was one of his favorite albums.
Yeah, he did say
right?
that. I definitely don't agree with that. But
yeah.
But no, I mean like I'm just saying like I just thought
So DEICIDE's going to take this.
Yeah, for me, DEICIDE, the first album I think is better than the second, but I think who would win in the metal community, even the real true metalheads, and I'm putting all the posers aside, I think Legion will win. And I could live with that. I can understand why. Just for me, I like the first album more.
I am definitely on the first album, but largely because I always forget about Legion. I always forget it. Even when I listen to it, I forget it. I listened to it last night. Can't remember it. I
Really?
just fucking forget it all the time. Forget it. And so much I forgot that I didn't even own it. And I think a lot of the forgetting factor is I confused the first 2 together because they
sound so different though.
It's not that. I think they don't even look similar, but they kind of look similar. Maybe because it's just like
the cover's just really simple. It's basically just an emblem.
It's just basically 2 different emblems on black covers. Maybe that's why I'm confused, but I'm just confused.
But don't get me wrong. Like anyone saying that, I can easily listen to Legion and Butchered at Birth every single day, easily. I'm just saying if I had to pick a favorite, that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you do have to pick a favorite because that's the album war. So we want to know what you have to say there in the audience. What is it? DEICIDE, or DEICIDE Legion? Let it be known in the
Legion
comments.
will win, though. Yeah, I think Legion will win. Well, based on what I was always told in person, what people liked them, and for a while there, I know DEICIDE was in the lead as far as, not that this means anything, well, I guess kind of means something. Legion was one of the top selling death metal albums in the world at one point. And then I think Morbid Angel Domination beat it. And then I think after that, Cannibal Corpse put out something and outsold it. But it was at one point, like in the 90s, the top selling death metal album, you looked it up, it was like 100,000 copies or whatever, was DEICIDE Legion. Which is kind of interesting. And you know what's funny about that? Glenn doesn't even like that record.
Yeah.
They don't even, they usually play one song off that live. I'm talking about even 20 years ago when I saw them, which it was almost always Dead But Dreaming. That was usually the song. But there was tons of songs. Like maybe they'd play Trifiction, you know what I mean? Or but it was usually Dead But Dreaming. But I never heard them play like Satan Spawn, the Cacodemon, or Holy Deception. I've never fucking heard them play that shit, which I would have loved to. You know, anybody at that flat out, I've heard him point blank say he doesn't like that album.
Yeah. So. And I think he kind of admitted that when me and the producer interviewed him.
Yeah, which I disagree with that. To say it's a bad album, I don't agree with that. Just like Malevolent Creation doesn't like the album Stillborn, and I disagree. I like it a lot.
So let's see what you think for this week's album war. Barney from Napalm Death was just interviewed here on the channel.
Just about the shorts, bro?
Didn't ask him about the shorts, but I should have gotten with you beforehand. We could have asked him about the shorts while we were asking about
to insult the guy.
Somebody else did. They asked what was with the haircut, and I asked him. He's a good sport about it. It was funny. So I was just perusing, then getting back with man's career, and was jamming some Benediction, and particularly the demo disc I didn't bring here to show. And it had like a live stuff on there, and like there's a point in which during the live stuff, Barney's because it's like I don't know 1990 or whatever year.
I think it's
that he
89.
89.
I think it's 89.
Whatever he would have been in Benediction because it wasn't that long, and in between songs, he's talking about how hard fucking hardcore's dead. This is dead.
Oh yeah, he does say that.
Only death metal.
He does say that. I forgot about that. He does say that in the live show. Yeah.
And it just really made me kind of think. It was like, in a day where we still have this death metal is abundantly a popular music, and we even have the old school stuff being reissued and all that stuff. Like, it seems like that spirit though of death metal reigns. Death metal's not reigning.
No, it's
so it doesn't seem like that.
The reason being is because it's so everything's so watered down, and there's too many. Kanye said, "Man, too many bands, not enough fans."
What does that mean, though? Do you think?
Well, it means that like the thing is everything's been done, and you don't need to. You don't need to do it again. You know what I mean? Unless you got something like kind of new and fresh, you kind of don't need to do it. Because honestly, man, there's a lot. I'm not going to mention any other labels, but there's a couple death metal labels that I can think of that put out legitimate like old school sounding death metal. Mm-hmm. But you get it. And it's got that 90s sound, but there's nothing there. It's just a like, you know what I mean? Like there's no
totally.
catchy ass fucking riffs. There's no breaks. There's nothing special. I'm like, yes, it does sound like 90s death metal, but it's like there's literally no standout songs whatsoever. And there's two labels I can think of off the top of my head that are famous as fuck for putting that shit out. And I'm just like, yeah, it's fine, but it's elevator 90s death metal. You know what I mean? It's just something you put on in a fucking elevator for like a metal hotel.
I mean, that would be
because it's like,
for a metal.
You know what I mean? Like for Maryland Death Fest, when they have that, all the hotels.
Hotel.
They should have this. Should be the metal hotel, and that's what they have. They go grab any of these guys' releases and just put it on your elevator because that's what it is. There's just nothing there, but it doesn't suck. You're not like there's no Homeboy Limp Bizkit going on. There's no Roots. There's none of that. Hell, Roots is more memorable. Hell, even I remember that 15 years ago. It's like it's just nothing there. And I'm not going to mention any bands throw them on the bus like that, but I'm like. There's very few that stand out and grab my soul. Like I said, a band that for me that did, but it was nothing special, nothing sound. Everyone knows I'm a huge Entrails fan. I thought their last album they did.
Love them.
I thought their last album they did was kind of it's definitely their weakest album, which was their 5th album. But the first 4 are great. But they're nothing original. It sounds like Entombed and Grave basically put together. But the songs are very good, and they capture your soul. They pull you the fuck in. Impossible to listen to, and you'd be a death metal fan and be like, I don't like this. If you say you didn't like them, it's because you didn't give them an honest listen. Because they just had pure, catchy, pull you in songs.
Well,
but yeah, their sound, this sounds like Left Hand Path. I didn't say it was an original sound. It's not. And you don't need an original sound, but you need to have good, catchy songs. Joel Grind said that, man, years ago when he was doing his stuff. He's like, most of his crap just blurs together.
Well,
and that's not
nobody's
just death metal,
doing,
but even thrash metal for the same thing. When they're just doing fast and all that, just the same thing. It's like, dude, there's nothing stand out. It's just all blurring together.
But wasn't the band that sucked at it back in the day when that was, what you're talking about is like, didn't those bands do the same damn thing if they're of that same just lost in translation?
But they all had Odyssey, man, and I'm not just saying because they're classic. No, because take it like for bands that everybody going to rip on. They kind of sound say you take the Swedish thing for example, because like they sound very reminiscent. The sound.
Yeah.
You had Entombed. You had Grave, Dismember, Unleashed, Carnage. Just those alone.
Yeah.
They all had really great songs on their first couple albums. All really great songs. Now you take other bands, like there's a lot of other bands that time in those albums that weren't as great and they kind of like got lost. For example, a band like Carbonized is nowhere near as popular as like Dismember. Or if you listen to them, like their songs aren't as strong.
Edge of Sanity too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edge of Sanity mentioned. Well, but it's okay. We know all that. But like, what they would all still be up against the same thing. If you're talking about a catchy song, wasn't that everybody's objective, no matter the year? And when you're talking about catchy songs and stuff, and like newer stuff going over your head, isn't it also kind of convenient for those bands to be of the time period that they were because it was fresh then? So you have the fresh card that's playing into it every time. So it's kind of an unfair assessment.
No, I mean, I don't know. That's just my evaluation. I think it's a pretty fair, unbiased evaluation because I'll review anything because I have no vested interest. It's not like I'm putting it out and making capital on it. So I'll tell you and I'm just generally still a fan. And there is still sometimes a band will capture me that I like, really enjoy, But I'm like, I admit, I was like, it's nothing special. It's just they have good songs.
So then what would you describe like I said, that Barney's up there saying, death metal reigns supreme. Like, would you just say that's a different attitude?
It is, because you got to remember that time, of course, that genre was relatively still new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And back then it was about, wearing T-shirts and probably ripped jeans and, you know what I mean, just an actual image and actually trading demo tapes with your friends and stuff. None of that crap exists nowadays. I mean, hell, you're allowed into a death metal show right now with a fucking goddamn Browns T-shirt on. I think that's unacceptable still, but in the general public eye, they just like, well, what do you mean? I was like, put it to you this way, man. I was like, I don't go to crap that I'm not welcome to in my mind. Like, what do you mean you're not welcome to? Like, for example, I would never go to a football game. I feel like I'm not welcome, and I shouldn't be because I'm not a football fan. So if I'm going, that makes me a poser. If you're showing up to a DEICIDE show, you should be in. Yeah. You're kind of like, come on, man. Like, why would you do that? I would never do that. And that's maybe that's that, like Barney said, old death metal spirit. Maybe I still have that, and a lot of people today don't. And that's why I recognize it, but nowadays it's acceptable because no one cares. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there was people showing up in football jerseys and shit back in the day too, but I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, I wasn't there in '88 like some guys. I'm pretty sure it wasn't at nowhere near as much. You know what I mean? Like I said, I mean more so like I think you got that more in like punk and hardcore, but in actual when death metal was booming, when it hit like the late '80s and '90s, and then you had that serious fucking fight between black metal and death metal. I don't think you had that nonsense going on as much as like, you went to a death metal show, you were in a death metal. And if you didn't, and if you didn't kind of look the part, I think you kind of just were looked at as a poser. And
what's interesting about that, it's almost like that's what makes like these genres that are now always, because they're always going to go back to the forefathers, and that's, because I think that if you're going to be always arguing the same forefather bands, it's unfair to throw them up against modern days in variations, because they were there at the heyday of it. So it's like it's an unfair balance, and that'll get in the way, I think, in certain conversations. So never mind that. But I think the fact that there is really it doesn't seem like it anyway, fucking death metal hails supreme, and then go through the genres with that for a second.
Because this is death metal hails supreme. I think that's where you're going. Is what to the average young buck. I mean, you and I know, but the average young, you take the average 15-year-old, and I don't blame him for this. I kind of understand why he wouldn't know. He doesn't even know what death metal is. He may think he does because there's deathcore now. There's fucking Alabama Thunder Pussy, which I don't
hate
know
that band.
Well, I hate the name. I don't even know. I don't know. It sounds like there's all this nonsense in the last 10 years that's lumped in with death metal.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know when he sees like an ever flowing stream, the guys are covered in inverted crosses and blood. That's like he doesn't you know what I mean? He doesn't know. That doesn't stand out to him. Like he just sees another band photo maybe, or just these guys are really extreme. It's like, no, that's the way it should have looked, man. That's the way it should fucking be.
Makes everybody
not
in
some
the brown
fucking
jerseys.
douche canoe with his fucking beard and his gauges earrings and his bad haircut.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it should be the fucking feel. Well, Matt Harvey knows. He said in your interview. He knows. He said the same fucking shit, dude.
He did. He mentioned it. Well, that's why I'm bringing it up.
He has the old death metal spirit. Not to sound like, that sounds cheesy as fuck, but you saying, Mark, I get it.
There's a difference. I get that too.
I truly believe, and I don't even try to have it or whatever. I think that's the reason why I am like just how I dress and how I view things.
You have the old
because
death
I
metal
still
spirit.
have it, and I've never lost it. It was just, to me, I was like, yeah, this is what, if you like this is what you just automatically, it's instilled in you.
So then think about that then, because then with death metal, then there was the black metal and death metal, genre war essentially. Then like basically what I'm describing here is because then you go to thrash, then it's it hated glam. Like there was always rivalries when it came to even these forefather moments when these genres are formulating. That now I think one of the things that helps bury that death metal spirit, if we're even right on this, I'm sure some younger typewriter tough guys pissed to hear that, and never mind that, but it's kind of just came with the reality of life. Like it lost it because now we're in the internet age, and like one of the things that I don't think it's a problem to get rid of maybe bigotry and hatred to the ones that people are complaining on, but I think it almost made some of these things that more daring, like death metal and stuff, become just a little bit weaker, because if you're going to have these mindsets that were otherwise, thrown on there, like if you're talking about like Nazi shit,
I'll just word it like
you know what I mean?
this.
It makes it more safe.
I'll word it like this: I think that there probably is a 15-year-old out there that does get it. he sees the spirit and he gets it. Like, and he doesn't even advertise. He gets it. For example, like if you're that guy, if you're talking about metal, let's just say you're talking about to the Panini's douche. Let's say he likes DEICIDE or whatever.
They only
let's
go to Panini's.
And let's say he's showing you on his phone. Yeah, bro, look, my boy, he's in a death metal band, right? He's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, yeah, check it out, dude. I got his profile here on my phone. He's digging it up. He's showing you. Let's say he shows me his band photo. I'm just like, I don't like it, dude. What do you mean? What do you think? Dude's wearing a fucking cowboy hat. And if he's just like, well, what does that matter, man? That's the problem, dude. You don't have the death metal spirit. You don't even get what I mean. You're in a death metal band. He's wearing a fucking cowboy hat. It's not that that's bad. It's just, it's already like, you didn't see this member wearing a fucking cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You didn't see Corpse Grinder wearing a cowboy hat. You didn't see Glenn Benton wearing a cowboy hat. And if he did, it's when he was off to the side doing non-death metal stuff, riding his horsies. You didn't do it on the back of the album. So what I'm saying, like, the person that doesn't understand me even pointing that out, he does not know or understand the death metal spirit. And that's fine. There's no bigotry or hatred to throw these guys out and, you know what I mean, stomp them on like the fucking Jews and Nazis, dude. I'm not like that. I'm just saying, you don't get it. That's like with the Sepultura guy. He's like, I like the old stuff. And then he says, Chaos City, that's not the old stuff. He doesn't get it. He doesn't know. He thinks he does. He's going around telling him he's wearing a propane shirt and his fucking blue jeans and his cowboy hat. And he's like, yeah, I like metal, dude. And I like early Sepultura, dude.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's like,
and it's like
1996.
So he truly thinks he knows. He, honest at the core, thinks he believes he knows. But someone with death metal spirit knows you don't know. You know?
I
that's
mean,
just what it is. And I think there's 15-year-olds out there that know. They just grasped it. They got it. They knew. And they didn't have to be there. I wasn't around in 80. I mean, I was born in 88, but I wasn't.
Well, because
because I just understood it. That's what I liked. That's what I just understood.
And the generation,
you know,
the technology and the advancement of the generation doesn't, because you can't be the full geezer about it where it's like, only your generation and era is what's real, because I think a lot of people when they do that,
there's a lot of great
but there's a lot of people with that ideology too, that it's you know, I mean, because that's why certain people that are younger than that's why certain people lie about their age, because they know they get the death metal spirit so much that they know there's older geezer death metal guys.
That's extreme.
It's fucking stupid.
That's extreme because that's stupid because you think you're being judged. I think people, dude, I would hang out with a 15-year-old that has true death metal spirit. And the thing is, there's fans. For example, I'll take a band. They're kind of old now. I mean, but they're not from the 80s. But like a band like Morbosidad got it. You know what I mean? They know what the Black Death war metal thing is. You could just tell in their whole image. They got it. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of those bands I don't even like that sound, but their whole genre, their subgenre, that they understand it. They know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain it to them. They just know.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, if I'm looking through something and someone's showing me a band photo and I see a guy with ear gauges, a fucking beard, and an Alabama Thunder Pussy shirt, I'm not checking it out. I'm just not. You know what I mean? So.
Something to be said about that, though.
About Alabama Thunder Pussy?
There's some dudes. I don't know if I've heard.
Producer liner and side note.
What would you call Vader?
What would I call them?
Yeah, do they get it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, but then you got.
Well, hang on, wait. Well, yeah. No. Do they get it? Yeah, but no. Peter gets it.
Yeah, okay.
All these what juggalos are even in Vader now? I don't even know. You know what I mean? Ain't Doc? He's dead.
Right.
You know what I
So
mean?
our producer just hit the camera and he brought up a pretty decent note that because he had experience with
you
Vader.
were at the Vader show. Who's the only metal-looking guy on the stage? Peter.
No, I thought they all.
No, they were all kind of long, but Peter had the actual spirit. He had like gauntlet. He had like his.
Oh,
kind of like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They can fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think I get what you're saying.
But
Yeah.
I
thought you were going to bring up the Hot Topic pants.
I think so. Well, actually,
That's a different one.
Let me rephrase that actually a little bit. I think Peter gets a pass because he's been there so long and he's done all these albums and he's never been gone. Now, don't be wrong. Is Peter going up and picking up entrails? No.
No, he was wearing a Breaking or a Judas Priest shirt.
He's listening to his car, Priest, Van Halen. It's Entrails who, Faith what? He doesn't fucking know. You know, he's not listening to this shit. He's another one of those guys, you know, like we were talking about, like
This is old shit.
he listens to what he grew up on. Remember who were we talking about? We were talking about Lemmy and all those other guys.
We were talking about a bunch of fucking people.
But I mean, he is another one of those guys. I admit
that guy exists so many goddamn times. You know?
I understand. But yeah, it's Peter from Vader. Is he picking up the new Abysmal lore from HH? Fuck no. He's not listening to that shit.
Well, so. Wow, the death metal spirit is definitely, one that I think if you don't understand it, it is definitely like J Dawg just said. So, because I agree definitely on that. But moving on with the spirit of this show, then We were talking about Benediction, and we got a segment called Records on the Wrong Speed. So let's take a listen to Benediction on the Wrong Speed. And we can only do it with a record player. Any particular songs from Subconscious Tier?
Ah, what the fuck, man? This cord is like...
Producer, what the fuck? You didn't get his cans in order.
He's like choking his chicken with the cord.
He's choking his
You usually do
chicken
that
with
your
the
hands.
Why would one use it with the cord?
You know, like strangling someone, strangling with your hands, choking the chicken.
I know. I'm just wondering why. What was the effect that they desired that? More
I don't know why else it was caught.
Well, here we go. So here is Experimental Stage
I don't
on the
hear
Wrong
it.
Speed. Well, you will. Definitely some chickmunks going to be on this one.
It just sounds squeaky, but the actual the tune sounds like it could be real. You know what I mean? Like the actual beat.
Yeah. Let's wait for the vocals.
But you can just tell it's all squeaky sounding that it's on the wrong speed.
I got to hear the vocals, though.
But yeah, the beat's realistic still.
Yeah. It's not insanely fast.
Because some stuff, yeah, you hear it like, this is raw.
The guitar has a weird, but it could be like Brazilian almost. Like the guitar has
Yeah, yeah, almost like a Volcano album. Yeah, yeah. Almost, in a sense, yeah.
Very much so.
Like, maybe it's, who was the band?
Yeah.
Anthropomia or whatever the hell.
Phenomena, Submerged, Samana, or some shit. Lobotomy,
Yeah, that was what it was.
Come on, Barney. There you go. That ain't Barney. I have a feeling it's going to sound like a Brazilian band even when he kicks it vocally. We'll see.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Damn, this is good on 45.
Man, Benediction from Brazil. That's the title. Yeah. Brazilian Benediction.
With Conscious Terror.
Yeah, it says.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Benediction from Brazil.
That's pretty good.
That's their new album, Conscious Terror.
Yeah. Just like, you know, you got Disgorge California, Disgorge Mexico.
Yeah, Benediction
Brazil.
Because, right?
Hell, Pentagram Chili puts it in their logo. Pentagram Chili.
Yeah. They'll have the exact same Benediction logo.
By the way, folks, if you ever actually picked up the full-length album by Pentagram Chili, that's a band, you know. That's a band that got the spirit, because all they did was a demo, right?
Yeah.
And they come back. This is like, what, 5 years ago they put out that full-length? We get it in. I'm like, there's no fucking way this is going to be good. I was like, but I'm going to check it out. Loved it. Highly recommend it.
I do highly recommend it,
Really
too.
good album. Like, I was like shocked. I'm like, this is going to suck ass in every way, shape, and form. And it did not.
Well, our producer fucked up and gave me a Napalm Death record that actually had Barney on it, so we're going to stick with this one with Lee Dorian on it. And that is Mentally Murder.
Is Barney
No,
on that?
so even you don't know. Don't mess it up. It's an OG.
No, I know, but it's I thought for sure.
I thought so too.
So let's. Well, do you know the record enough to know that Walls of Confinement, if it has a bullshit intro or not? Because that is going to be on the wrong speed if otherwise. Should be okay. Well, cool.
Yeah, Napalm doesn't really have bullshit intros.
Fuck no, man. This is records on the wrong speed. So we want to know what the fuck. We want to know if there might be a Brazilian Napalm Death now.
No, Napalm's catalog's a little complicated, especially in the early.
What was that? You or him?
No, that was me.
Oh, I was like, it sounds good. It's really fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it works.
It actually kind of worked for an album today, too. Because it's much more, this is more of like a death metal album. It's not. You know what I mean?
It still has that, I'd say that Brazilian quality.
It's the high pitch, jacked up speed.
Yeah. That or I've been listening to all my Brazilian records on the wrong
We
speed.
got to see what INRI sounds like. Because that record's already over the top crazy.
Ooh, next time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have an LP of that, too.
Wow, that works. So all these bands go Brazilian. At least so far, Napalm of the UK likes anyway. This is an original.
Yeah, I don't think I have an original LP of that. No, I think I just have the CD. I have a good handful of Napalm vinyls. I mean, I know one that's on my want list. I thought I had it for a while, and then I looked in my collection. I don't. Is Scum on Picture Disc?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of those, especially those classics, I really like a lot. I will make sure to go out and buy the pictures too, and because a lot of them are on my wall. You know, because that's what really archives. You know, my office is full of albums that I really like on picture this wall. I think they're just awesome for that. But I mean, obviously, I have Scum and CD and LP.
Yeah. Do you think the posers in this band have the death metal spirit? It's Faith Extractor.
I can only speak for Ash because I never met the other guy, but yeah, Ash does. Yeah, he knows. Dude, he knows. He knows a cowboy hat's unacceptable on a death metal record. He knows.
Marcus, his brother, definitely knows as well. Yes.
So he would know if I've been like, dude, these guys got a cowboy hat on. He would know exactly what I'm talking
dude,
about.
after talking to Marcus, because there's an interview out here on Reaper Metal Channel with both of them, I kind of felt like I was talking to J Dawg sometimes. I mean, he wasn't as extreme in some of the analogies, but yeah, he definitely
didn't bring up the cowboy hat, huh?
He would know though, dude. He
would
would especially know because he's obviously got a band oriented in that. And what did he do? Not fucking make a death metal band out of it.
Yeah,
and when he did,
yeah.
he called it something else, and he called it Faith Extractor. Available now on Reaper Metal Productions, but not on the wrong speed. You got to do that in your own time, and we're going to do it right here.
So
but the title track, one of my favorite songs, Faith Extractor.
That is a good song. It's memorable too.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it is because like you could hear the the title, everything.
The spirit, man.
Yeah, the
Fucking
spirit,
spirit's there. It's all about the spirit.
But I don't know what at
This is gonna
45.
be fucking. No, me neither. I never did this. This is really fucking fast.
Wow. Yeah, see, this is one you put on, and for you automatically know. That's all. Because sometimes you like can't remember what you said that you kind of can't tell. Vocals don't sound fake though. You know how sometimes they sound fake? It sounds like it can still be legit.
I think it'd be kind of obvious it's on the wrong speed though.
No, I would know. Yeah,
It's definitely not Alvin the Chipmunks vocally.
That's what I mean. Like you get the Alvin Chipmunks, you can tell it's wrong. It's fake.
Yeah, I mean it's so fast. No Brazil. That screams great. Oh wow. I mean it's not a pleasure. It's not like the other two where you can be like, wow, this is like a cool Brazilian death metal band that never existed when you put it on 45. This just sounded wrong. But it's pretty funny.
Next time you talk to Ash, man, you gotta tell him. So Ash, if you're ever doing a band photo, would you ever wear a Browns hoodie and a cowboy hat for your band photo? He'd probably be like, no.
He probably wouldn't have the face. He'd probably chuckle like, nah, man.
Yeah. So he would know, but he would know though still, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Then
you wouldn't have to explain it.
Yeah, see, I'm not that extreme.
No.
Billy's more extreme than me. And I just don't understand people like in sports.
Dude, Craig,
man.
I just don't get the sports, man.
It's like I get it. I just say just don't combine it.
I know,
But he's legitimately confused why they even like it.
I love that too.
No, I don't know. That's
well,
why,
he's also horror, so he's got horror metal to go.
Dude, I just don't really like sports.
Yeah. Holy shit! Overtures of Blasphemy. DEICIDE.
Another very good album.
Now that I'm on 45 though.
Nah, you can tell the drums really sound really triggered.
I gotta hear Glenn though.
But he doesn't do any highs in the sound, remember? Just all lows.
Well, I told the producer to get Serpents of the Light, but it didn't work out.
Oh, it doesn't sound anything.
He sounds like he was a hardcore band.
Yeah, it sounds anything. I would never guess he's gonna sound good. The lyrics are almost more understandable.
That's funny because the funny thing is too is like his vocals, they kind of sound like a modern day like extreme band that would be like when you see the guy, he would have the gauge earrings. You're like, well, at least he's not into the Panini crowd like you would think.
That
there's
is
that
Panini
guy,
crowd.
but there's also non-Panini crowd gauged earring people. That
Oh, I know,
do
I know,
surprise
I
you.
know, I know.
That's what the singer of on at least Overtures of Blasphemy DEICIDE on 45. That's what he would look like. Would be the surprise like guy that like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so he likes like some, like anti-scene or
Is that the Panini crowd? Like
no, I'm saying it's not Panini crowd at all.
No, but I mean it's like that.
No, but I'm just saying he would know his shit.
But I'm saying like what's like we already had that conversation like the deathcore stuff. Like I don't really know any bands like that.
Yeah,
I just know of it.
I don't know. I don't know enough people even from that, but that was records.
We knew one guy. We both didn't like him, and it wasn't for that either.
Well, I don't even know, but I
ZZ?
know. Oh, see, yeah, no. But it would be kind of like that dude.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's guys like that. Am I wrong?
But the singer, he would like kind of look like that guy. Would like, oh, like I did make him out to douche, but okay, I get it.
But when I'm talking about that crowd shifting over, that they don't understand, like the dismember, like an overflowing stream image.
Right.
They don't get that. It's guys like that look like him. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right. I never was saying you were wrong.
No, but it's always good. But no. But the cowboy hat guy, they didn't get it. He'd be like,
oh,
he wouldn't understand what I mean. What do you mean they look?
He would
different?
so not
He just wouldn't even
understand,
know.
dude. He would so not understand what you mean.
Turn around and look at that exhume. That's death metal spirit to the core. Look at that left hand corner. See what I'm saying? Pouring blood in the bathroom. That's death metal's bullet belts. That's death metal spirit.
I poured blood on myself. I know. But that was records on the wrong speed. And goddamn, I got to make note. Producer, get that noted. Eye on our eye next time on Records on the Wrong Speed. Let's see what the Brazilian bands sound like. Do they
Especially
sound...
that, because that album is so ahead of its time with the blast and shit. Dude, honestly, I can't think of anybody in 87 off the top of my head that was blasting. Like straight up blast beats like that.
When you read lyrics, sometimes you could be like, for instance, there's a particular, like, sadistic intent, dark, evil death metal.
That is a death metal spirit.
And 100% has everything, and I'm not even saying anything bad about the band, but sometimes when you read some of the lyrics,
They don't make sense. You're kind of like...
or the dark and evil is a little bit lost. Doesn't sound so dark and evil lyrically.
Well,
and that's
like-
the point of this segment, though. We're going to read some lyrics, we're not going to hear it, and then we're going to react.
Look at that phenomenal demo, Conflict Within, like the song Speak For Yourself. You wouldn't even think that's...
It's more political.
Yeah, exactly.
You think it'd be on a Napalm Death album.
Exactly. You would think it would be on a Napalm Death record. You would.
So I want to fire it up, though, Mr. Producer, because we have Napalm going on here. Let's find out. Well, let's react here to Napalm Death's "Suffering the Children" by merely reading the lyrics here.
I've read those lyrics before. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Well, we'll see what you think of today when it hasn't been a while.
Wait, this album does have Barney.
Yeah.
From 1 to 7.
But it's because it's not a. That's why I said because that's not actually an album. It's like a compilation. That's why I said for years when I had that as a kid, I thought it was an album.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I'm like. That's why I said the Napalm Death, or especially there. I was like, it's confusing. I was like, because I was like, for years I always considered that album. I'm like, oh, it's not an album. I'm like, oh, fuck.
So I'm pulling it up though. Harmony Corruption, you're talking about, obviously. No.
Death Might
Death Might Be. Now Harmony Corruption is an album, right? That's like 19. Is that
90.
90? Then Utopia Banishes after that, I believe.
92.
All right. So "Suffer the Children." Your unflappable conceptions, moralistic views never open to criticism, your overpowering ruse. Promises of sanctuary in eternal bliss, with starry eyes and cash in hand, pledge all the master plan. Just face the truth and fund the farce. At one with your gods, your sole intent, your treasured place assured for a substantial rent. Global lunacy, death threats for supposed blasphemy, no room for free thought, all non-believers pushed to the floor. Aggressive tyrants. There's probably that love for massacre virus. Supposed saints for the cause. Judgment through force. Faith a fuel for pointless wars. When all is done, who shall benefit? Who is the one? Not those who pass on, but those dictators divine waving their deceitful wands. I mean, that's a pretty well-written fucking speech when you read it like that.
There's some good lyrics in my book.
I was just gonna say, so
I dig 'em. Sounds
other
like a
than
perfectly
being
good message.
So what does it put in your head though? Like, what do you think when you hear that?
It's talking about how the system is bullshit as far as how like the coming into this world, it's their way or the highway, how you looked. Like I'm saying for supposed blasphemies.
Yeah.
It's what I've always said. Freedom of religion. There's no freedom of religion. It's freedom for what they want you to believe in this country. Otherwise, you're condemned to look down upon it.
Well, what about that country he might be talking about? Because obviously it's from the UK.
I know,
or is
honestly,
it all in
dude,
the
all
same
this,
umbrella,
all this, we're red, white, and blue, and proud, and all this other fucking bullshit. At the end of the day, dude, we're pretty much the same. Now, if you're from Iran or something, yeah, okay, it's a totally different ballgame. But let's face it, dude, UK, Germany, France, us, Canada,
Yeah.
it's we pretty much had the same principles,
Right.
Whether they're good or bad. You know what I mean? The laws are very, very similar.
Yeah.
The punishments, Australia too. But yeah, now when people,
More-
I think that's what people
yeah.
say. You're lucky to be in America and stuff. I'm like, yeah, if you're comparing me to Iran, Iraq, and places like that, yeah, those are hellholes. You know what I mean? It's fucking war zone. But I mean, if someone had said like, you're going to prison, Justin, you're being sent to United Kingdom, I'd be like, man, that's cool. I always wanted to check out London. You know what I mean? I
don't think you will be when you go in the prison, but yeah.
No, prison. But I'm saying that was the prison. Like, you're no longer allowed in the U.S. You have to live in the United Kingdom for the rest of your life. I'm like, that don't sound too bad. I mean, it's pretty civilized over there. Last I checked, maybe me and Barney will hang out. Talk about that death metal spirit. Listen to some Benediction records.
Okay, well then you can recite the lyrics to "Spit Forth the Dead." Released from their nether regions, bowels of the earth, seeping through cracks to foul the air above, a lifeline to those to which sleep is eternal, concocted since the dawn of time, to now release agonized souls, spit forth the dead, carried on the air, purity aiding the filth. Seeking consecrated ground, sensing cemeteries in a blanket of dust. fertilizing the infertile from 6 feet under, not the band, intoxicating with false life, coaxing from the brink of decay, animating the inanimate, from wooden box to light of day, exodus from the ground, stale forms tasting air, each united to their cause, yet of its ground. Ground mates unaware, now the dead govern the earth, all residents to them crushed. Life is now minority, the world another hell. Wipeout.
I don't really know what the message is trying to say, but I mean, I like the overall lyrics for a death metal album. You know what I mean? It's fitting.
I think that's the point in Benediction, at least to the contrary.
But for me to walk
Napalm,
away and be like exactly what they're trying to say, I can't really. You know what I mean? A lot of times there's lyrics like that where you kind of can't. You know what I mean? But I mean, you read the lyrics like you brought up earlier, like "fucked with a knife." You know exactly what he was talking about.
Oh yeah,
Some are abundantly obvious. That then there's other stuff like. But a lot of bands are like there's a lot of Massacre lyrics like that.
What do you interpret it as some sort of message? It's just basically what do you think when you hear that? And when I heard that, I heard some pretty badass lyrics.
Yeah, I heard some
like more
death
horror.
Metal, I heard some death metal spirit.
Yeah, the spirit, death metal spirit lyrics.
Did you ever notice too? Yeah, when you do look at those deathcore bands, you see the logos and you see the titles of their songs. No
like
death metal spirit.
Suck.
No death metal spirit at all. Sports. Yeah, singing about.
Yeah, it very well embraces the sport body.
It just has a very commercialized look and feel.
Yeah, well, and then the all over print shirts are no good.
Oh yeah, they all over. I forgot about those. But you know what? I've never actually seen someone in person wearing those. I've just seen photos and shit like that.
Iron Maiden one.
Oh God, Iron Maiden would.
I'm sure Iron Maiden does. Slayer has one. I know that back in the day.
I know, but there was something else I was going to say about it. But I don't want to go off the topic because fuck talking about them. Let's talk about Magnus with Crosses of War. Now these are good. I got to know.
I'm sure their lyrics are a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, because if you
they don't even speak any English for the most part.
Right. Well, if you follow Reaper Productions, you've definitely heard about Magnus, an awesome Polish death metal band that you definitely fucking know. This album had the
early stuff.
Early stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they didn't even come back when they came back. You know that's what I mean. Never even released it. But yeah, they had the death metal spirit back then. So, Cross of War, barbarian terror, ruins of death, cities and cry, constant march to hell's gates. Today died he, tomorrow I will die. War mass slaughter, history of the world, hearts beating epilogue. Taken out of bodies of dead souls. Swamp, man, blood won themselves. A new attack, another sin. Order, take out the gun and kill to live. Order, hosts of if innocents, thank for the death. These are so hard that I can't even know if I'm reading them.
I don't know what they're trying to say. It's definitely got the spirit, but
yeah,
it's like...
but one of the best lines is coming up. A row of gallows, a closed ring, constant march and fight to the last blood. War dogs, baited to death, are going forward. With a chance to live, pagan thoughts, pierce their minds, fight with mirrors. Reflection is foe, you kill him and die with him. It's like a bunch of thoughts just thrown into one.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds.
Let eternal fight enlighten them.
Earlier.
Let be forgiven this merciless murder. Distorted views remained till today. I don't even know what the fuck that says. Of death, war frocks of that day. What? Taken out of bodies of death, souls swam, bodies and blood gained to their fights. Damn it, this isn't the fucking song that I thought it was going to be, but there was a line in another song where he just screams very angrily and much passion that he just butchered his mother own. And it's just lines like that I think Magnus have the captivating lyrics that they were. Yeah. And I'm not going to rag on their English skills. I get it, fucking people, if you're going to be that tough guy, but it's fucking funny.
Hey, even the lyrics still captured it more than that ear.
No, dude, that was totally, death metal spirit right there. Because there's fucked up and shit.
It just doesn't even speak the language and he knows it.
But it did that
and not... you certainly didn't see Magnus on the early albums in no goddamn cowboy hat.
And you know, the funny thing is though, by the way, like, so him not speaking English and it being a mess like that, I would say that is part of the death metal spirit. Like, fuck it, man. You know,
you just
go for it.
You either got it or you didn't.
Because I get what he's saying. It's fucked up. It sounds horrible. I don't want to be in that scene.
Yeah.
So. 6 9 seconds.
6 9 seconds.
It's the clip that has 6 9 second bits of music because we got to keep YouTube happy and
rather not keep them happy.
Then we don't have a show.
Well, you know what I mean.
So here we go. Here's AKURION. Sound like it'd be good. Uh-oh. Shit.
Way over.
Yeah, sound pretty good there, huh? That's available on Redefining Darkness Records.
That is a new one?
This is Shitfucker.
Yeah, it's got an intro, though, so I don't want to skip that.
Okay, we'll be fair on this one.
You got
Wasn't
it.
fair
Yeah.
last time.
That's
There, track
totally
2. Sounds a little bit better quality than it did last time. The production.
Sound good, yeah. Selling really good, too, for HH. Moving really, really good.
Yeah, dude,
People love the fucker.
Temple of Void.
Reminds me of somebody.
Yeah, it does. I don't know who, though. I need more than 9 seconds.
Yeah, but it does remind me of somebody.
Fuck, who the hell picked this shit, man? Crucify Mortals? I mean, what do you think the
intro
is gonna be?
I want to hear those fucking. I want to hear those beats on the
Yeah,
track
where's
too.
the beats, goddammit?
The cans.
The beats, the riffs. I think it's a crappy intro.
Where's track 2?
I thought I wrote that fucking thing too. It sucks when you're trying to listen. Oh fuck, we listen to the same thing and it's being unfair.
What the fuck is this guy doing? It's not even on track 2.
It's like trying to figure this shit out. It plays really fast. I'm
Play
used
your
to
own
it.
stereo?
Well, I'm getting used to it. I've only done it for other 9 second
It's
clips.
dusty as fuck. Looks like you owned it for 20 years.
I bought it. All right, track 2. Sure, the true werewolf.
The wolf. Wolfie. I'm telling you, the Wolfie's pretty good.
Hopefully in 9 seconds I can get that. I'm getting that. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Wolfie's still going. Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
YouTube has that on file, too, brah.
All right, there we
Fuck.
go. Well, that's why we go 9 seconds, because really they give you about 25.
Gives you some leeway to shut off.
And figure out your fucking
Fake your stereo out.
stereo that you've had for 20
Guy
years.
that's got 20 years doesn't know how to use it. Dude, it's got fucking cornflakes on it.
It's
dusty as shit.
cornflakes. How does a stereo get cornflakes?
It's got cornflake crumbs in the crack.
That doesn't.
That means it's old as shit, is what it means.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't new. It wasn't
Put
new.
it this
I
way, anything I've owned for 20 years, I know how to use it like my dick,
All right.
which is very well.
I would imagine. Well, I'll tell you this much. I just got it recently. It's still
it looks
old.
old.
Though.
It looks old. It's got some flakes on it.
Yeah, well, and it works better than my 5-disc changers, which takes fucking forever.
That's either combo crumbs or that's cornflakes.
What do you think of this WöMIT angel?
I've heard it. Hey, give me a disc. I played it. I listened to it. It's good.
All right, well, I just stopped. We
He's
give you 9
like
seconds.
J Dawg never heard it. J Dawg heard it. It's like
I didn't know. I've never talked to you about it. Well, WöMIT Angel is available from Reaper Mill Production. Links are in the description for all this great music that we just heard 9 seconds of. If you're that intrigued, well, then you do the fucking work. It's 2020. You're on YouTube, goddammit. You can fucking find this shit.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. That's why we're only playing 9 seconds. Because if YouTube knows, it means it's on there
some
forever.
guy 5 years ago, whatever it was, fucked it up for everybody.
He did fuck it up for everybody.
I don't even know who the guy is, but you know it's always that one bad person.
It is
that fucked
that one. Dude, I noticed that when I was 12 years old and Columbine happened. But hey, this has been 9 seconds. The only segment that features 9 seconds of music and 6 clips of them. Hope you liked it. Links are in the description. So, producer, where are we at? Are we doing good on time? We got 3 minutes left. Well, there you go. J Dawg's a very long-winded motherfucker, I guess, because I thought we had that well timed. But hey, if we go overboard, that's good because we got plenty of content for next time. So why don't we use this opportunity? As I thought we had a whole another segment to go into to wrap up the show. Is there anything else that Hell should be spouting? What's new at the shop lately? We'll close on that.
Just the
story.
shitfucker CDs, LPs. That's what's new as Hell's Headbangers.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I've been jamming a lot lately too in the shop again? Is
Close us out with it.
Is that Demonical LP, the latest Demonical from Sweden.
The
Chaos Manifesto.
great album.
Great album, dude. I can't. That's pure Swedish death metal, nothing original, but that's got soul capturing, and that's got the death metal spirit.
I was just gonna say this.
That's a great album, but like again, that's what I was saying. Like I'm unbiased. Is like I have no tie down to it. We didn't put it out or nothing. We don't, we don't really go kick back. We just have it in the distro like everything else.
Right.
And I give it an honest chance. I'm like, there's nothing special about it. Just the songs are fucking fantastic.
So fantastic, I gotta be honest. It's been a moment. I forgot it.
That's what I'm saying. I listened again lately in the shop, and every time I listen to it, because I've probably heard it about 8 times now total in my career. Now, it's just a great album.
I agree. I just don't remember it. I got to go back and listen to it because now that you mentioned it, because dude, like I moved back in December and a lot of my collection was packed away, and just recently it's still fucking packed away.
This best song on there, you can check it out. So in case you want to, it's called "Towards Greater Gods."
Is that like track 6 or something?
I think it's track 2 or 3. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, there's definitely really great moments on there. There is definitely the death metal spirit, and that's that. So Demonical will also be linked in the description here of this episode. Cruiser, that was the quickest hour we've ever fucking done here. Yeah, so shit, man. When you gotta get a producer. If you're new to YouTube and you're like, how do I up my game? You get a fucking producer because you're not sitting there, long-winded about shit. They make you realize that
just pushing it along. It's like, spit
it's
out,
like, dude,
asshole.
you might think that you're talking about something fucking entertaining, but you're boring us all. So wrap this shit up. So wrapped it, we did. And so if you're into any of this stuff, links are in the description, so find them. Don't make my work pointless. I don't know what's going on here, but we got some effects or something going on, so hey, whatever.
Making me dizzy.
Fucking making me dizzy. Oh, fucking vomiting on YouTube.
How can we puke up those combo chromes?
Yeah, well, now I'm fucking ranting. So, this has been HELLCAST. And if you haven't already, I'm going to do what J Dawg loves to hear.
What's that?
Subscribe, like this video, click the bell, and do all that shit. Because when you do that, that means we have everything we need to talk to you next time.